Hey everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you're new to my channel, my name is Melissa and I'm a registered nurse. So I'm gonna get started with this video. I feel like I have not sat down and talked to the camera or talked to you guys it's been close to 3 months now. I have filmed videos and then uploaded them, just a couple, but the last time that I actually sat and talked to you guys was like 3 months ago, and that was to announce that I was pregnant and that I'm no longer an ICU nurse. Just a really quick background for those of y'all that have not seen my previous videos. Hi, I'm Melissa and I'm a baby nurse. It is April of 2025 and I got my BSN, my bachelor's degree in nursing from Chamberlain University last year. I graduated in May of 2024. I sat for my board exam. I passed my boards sometime in June or July. And then I started a new job, my very first nursing job last August. So I've now been a nurse for August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. I've now been a nurse for 8 months. I started off as an ICU nurse through a nurse residency program at a local community hospital near my house. I live in the DC metropolitan area. And so I've just been like documenting my journey as a new grad nurse and through the nurse residency program. So I actually wanted to make an update video when I was halfway through the program. My program is 1 year. So I was gonna make an update video 6 months after I started the program. But to be completely honest, like life has just been kind of crazy. Even before I entered nursing school, when I just really wanted to be a nurse and I would dream about being a nurse, I'd watch YouTube videos of nursing students and new grad nurses. And there were some girls, a couple that I love. I'm not gonna shout them out because I don't know if they'd want me to. But there were 3 girls in particular that I really loved watching their videos. And then it was like they went through nursing school and then they just dropped off the face of the earth, or they dropped off the face of the internet. One of the girls that I watched is a nurse, and she doesn't post YouTube videos anymore, but I still follow her on Instagram, so I know she's alive. And she like started a family and everything. But I always wondered like, why didn't they keep making videos? Like once they graduated nursing school and they became nurses, the girls that I would follow on YouTube, why didn't they keep making videos? And now that I'm in their spot, I totally get it. It's so much easier to just stop making videos. First off, I'm pregnant. I am in my 3rd trimester. I have been sick almost every single day of this pregnancy. Thank God, on paper, I've been having an easy pregnancy. My baby has been totally healthy up until this point, and I pray that my baby's perfectly healthy up until delivery and beyond. But even though the baby's been good, I have been sick. I have been very, very sick every day. And so to be completely honest, my life has been working, going to work 3-4 times a week. And then on the days where I'm not working, honestly sleeping most of the day or just being at home, being nauseous on the couch just because I've been so sick throughout this pregnancy. So I have a lot more free time now to actually make videos and edit videos. And honestly, I thought that I would be making a lot of videos and uploading them, but I did not anticipate that I'd be super sick. So all of my free time consists of me just being home and being sick for the most part. So there's that. And then my big brother got married, which was really exciting. The wedding was actually just last weekend. Maybe I'll insert a picture. I don't know if they'd want me to, but maybe I will, I don't know. But their wedding was last weekend. We had a bunch of family come in. The preparation for the wedding took months, and even though it wasn't me getting married, I was still like helping out with the family. We had family staying in from out of town, so again, any like free time I had dedicated to that. So I just haven't been able to sit and film a video and upload a video. So today I had a little bit of time. I'm not feeling sick, so I was like, let me record, and then I couldn't find my camera, so I'm just filming on my phone. But all of that is to say, I wanted to sit down and film a video. I do plan to keep making YouTube videos even though I've graduated. I actually have created like lectures. I found out like I love tutoring, I love teaching people. And so I've uploaded a couple of lecture videos. I've actually made a handful, like actually making the lectures, because I make the PowerPoints and stuff from scratch. So I have made a bunch. if you are a nursing student and you're interested in that type of content, like educational content on anatomy and physiology, health assessment, nursing fundamentals. I've made a few on pharmacology. So I've made a bunch, I just have not sat down and recorded them. So I do plan to do that in the future. I plan to do like tutoring videos, more nursing demonstration videos. I know a very popular video of mine is the how to take a manual blood pressure and my head to chest assessment. I do plan to do a full head to toe assessment. I just haven't done it yet. So I have a lot of plans for my channel. I do plan to keep making videos. I'll also keep making videos where I sit down and talk to the camera, but I do like teaching, apparently. So I plan to also make those as well to help out nursing students or people that want to enter into medical professions and medical school. I just haven't had the time to do it yet. I know once the baby comes, I will also be busy, but I have to make time. So now to talk about the nurse residency program. So I wanted to make a video talking about the program and updating you guys like at the halfway mark at 6 months, because my program is a year. But again, I've just been busy. So I'm now 8 months into my 12-month nurse residency program. And yeah, the major change was that I entered into this nurse residency program as an intensive care nurse, an ICU nurse, and I switched. And so sometime, I think early January, I left the ICU and I went down to the PCU, the progressive care unit. Another video I do plan on making is comparing and contrasting the PCU versus the ICU, like what the differences are and what the similarities are. But now I'm a progressive care unit nurse. At least in my hospital, I'm considered a critical care nurse. So the two critical care units, well, really the three critical care units in my hospital are the ICU, the intensive care unit, the PCU, which is my unit, the progressive care unit, and then we have the NICU, which is the neonatal intensive care unit, so the ICU for babies. So I am still considered a critical care nurse, which is great. I love being a critical care nurse, but I'm no longer in the ICU. And I think the last video I sat down and spoke to you guys, it was new. I had just made the transition and so far I liked it and I wanted to like update you guys. It's now been a few months since I've been on the PCU. I was orienting with the preceptor in the ICU. When it was time to come off orientation, I was honest and I told the nurse residency program and the director of critical care that I didn't feel fully comfortable being on my own in the ICU. I wasn't ready to come off orientation. I didn't know if this was for me. And so we had a meeting where we were both very honest. And I honestly thought I was like, maybe I should be a med-surg nurse. And everyone in the nurse residency program and the director of critical care at my hospital was like, you know what? Why don't you go to the PCU? It's our step down unit. See how you like it. Go there for 6 months, like get a stronger foundation to become a nurse. And then I want you to come back up to the ICU in 6 months to be an ICU nurse. And so I was like, okay, I'll give the PCU a shot. I think that was the best decision that I could have made. I am so happy in the PCU. I actually spoke with my manager and let him know that I don't want to go back to the ICU. So in a few months, the original plan was for me to go back up to the ICU. I will be staying in the PCU until further notice. You can get certifications as a nurse. And so I plan on getting it's called PCCN. I think it's called Progressive Care Certified Nurse. And you have to be on your unit for at least 2 years before you can become a certified nurse. Med-surg has, like, it's pretty much an exam that you can take. You can do it as a med-surg nurse, you can do it as a ICU nurse, and they have it for the PCU. So it just differs based on which specialty you're in. And now I'm like, oh, I really want to get my PCCN. So I know I'm gonna stay in the PCU at minimum 2 years, and I'm gonna sit for my exam and I wanna become a certified nurse. It's pretty much just like credentials. I'm African, we love credentials, but also you do get a little bit of a pay bump if you become a certified nurse, at least in my hospital. And then it just looks good on your resume and like, I don't know, just the thought of it makes me excited. So I figured why not do it. So there's like studying for it. It's like a little mini NCLEX. So that's my plan. I'm gonna stay in the PCU minimum 2 years, get my PCCN, and then go from there. I also like the idea of precepting. I have not precepted yet because I'm still a new nurse. When I went to the PCU, I had to do orientation all over again. I felt like I was never gonna get off orientation because I was oriented in the ICU, and then when I went to PCU, I had to start over. But I have now been off orientation. I've been completely on my own for at least a month, either a month or somewhere between a month and 2 months. I feel comfortable. There are, of course, days where I get a little overwhelmed. I'm still a new nurse. There's still so much that I don't know. I feel like almost every shift I'm learning something new. So I feel like I'm in the right spot. I feel like I'm learning at a pace that's comfortable for me and still challenging. But the ICU, I was just in way over my head. I didn't feel safe. I didn't feel like my patients were safe. Now in the PCU, I feel like I'm challenged. I feel like I'm learning a lot. I feel happy, but there's also a comfort level there where I feel like I'm safe, my license is safe, and my patients are safe. So I think I'm in a really good spot. I'm excited to become a certified nurse eventually. And yeah, so I haven't been precepting since I'm fresh off orientation. I'm still a new nurse. And I think at my hospital, you have to have been a nurse at least a year to be able to join what we call the preceptor academy and to have a new nurse like shadow you and orient with you. But I have had nursing students. So a few of the nurses on my unit teach clinicals once or twice a week, and they teach them on my unit. So not new nurses, but nursing students will come to my unit, and their teacher will just kind of like randomly pick nurses and be like, hey, do you mind if a student shadows you? So the last like 2-3 weeks, I've had a handful of students shadowing me, and I really like it. Like I said, I've discovered that I like teaching nursing content, whether it is the didactic lessons in the classroom, like lectures, or whether it's hands-on. So just from having nursing students follow me, I feel like I would want to join the preceptor academy at my hospital, and I would want to precept new nurses. So I'm kind of feeling comfortable enough to start like mapping out my nursing career, which I'm really excited about. So just to sum up, my plans for the near-ish future are to finish my nurse residency program, which I would have been at the hospital for a year. And then after that, I would like to join the preceptor academy to have new nurses follow me and I can orient them. And then after that, I would like to study and become a certified nurse and get my PCCN. And then some point after that, I think I would like to go into teaching, maybe doing clinicals and then eventually going into lecture halls, because I do have my master's in healthcare administration. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm really happy. I feel comfortable. I feel challenged. I love the PCU. I feel like I kind of wish that I knew about it before I graduated. I feel like I knew all of the general specialties of nursing. Like obviously I knew about the ICU, I knew about med surg, I knew about pediatrics, but I did not know about like step down units. So at my hospital, it's called the progressive care unit. At other hospitals, it can also be called the IMCU, I believe, which is an acronym for intermediate care unit. So if you've heard of that, that's the type of nurse that I am. So yeah, I do plan to make a video talking about that, just so that nursing students can know that that is a great option if they want to be a critical care nurse right out of school, but they don't feel fully comfortable going into the ICU. And so yeah, with the nurse residency program, like I said, I'm kind of nearing the end of it. I am in month 8 out of 12 months. The big thing with the nurse residency program, we meet once a month. I actually really enjoy our meetings. It's all of the nurse residents. We will meet. Usually they'll provide us with like food or snacks. We have like a guest speaker. It's like a 4-hour class. Sometimes it's educational. It's always educational. Like they'll have guest speakers on emotional intelligence, nurse burnout, fatigue, palliative care, hospice, things like that. So they do educate us. But like our last meeting, we have one once a month. Our last meeting was like about mental health and taking care of ourselves. And so the last like hour and a half of the meeting, the coordinators of the program got like all these paint supplies, and they got stuff for us to sit and paint with what is it? Oil? Not with oil, with watercolors. We sat and painted with watercolors. We listened to relaxing music. They gave us snacks, and it was all about decompressing. So the sessions are really fun. We get homework that we have to do. We have these online modules that I've been behind on. So it is a lot of work, but the big thing about the nurse residency program is at the end of the year, we have these group projects that we've been working on all throughout the program, and we have to present them at the end of the year. And then in the final 12th month, our last meeting is actually graduation. So we're going to be graduating in July. So I'm prepping for that. Our next meeting is in a week. To be honest, my group and I have not really started our project. So we have to get it together. We have to like pick a topic, do the project. It's time consuming because it's like, okay, you finish school, you think you're done with homework, and you still have this to do. So that's not great. But overall, I'm really happy still that I joined a nurse residency program. Every meeting, we also have these like confidential sessions where we break out into small groups and we get to talk about the challenges that we faced at work the last month, or just anything that we kind of have on our chest. It's kind of like a venting session, or it's like a therapy session. I don't want to say it's a venting session. And so it is nice hearing about experiences that other new nurses have had that I thought were unique to me, whether it's like having a mean preceptor or feeling inadequate, feeling like you don't know as much as you should. Like, it's really nice sitting in a circle talking about your feelings, but hearing that other people are going through the same thing that you're going through. I feel like if I was not in the nurse residency program, I wouldn't have that type of support, and I'd be going through things wondering if it's normal, wondering if it's just me. So overall, I'm really, really happy with the hospital that I chose. The fact that I entered into a nurse residency program. I'm really happy that I switched units. I'm no longer an ICU nurse, and I'm now a PCU nurse. And I'm really happy. I've just been busy with life and with work. So that pretty much sums up this video. There's not too much to say. I guess my last update will probably just be once I've finished the nurse residency program, since it's only a few months away, and just my overall takeaways from a nurse residency program. But I can already, tell you guys, I would personally recommend, if you are looking, like if you're going to be graduating soon, you're looking for jobs, I would personally recommend only apply to jobs that have a nurse residency program, and do research on the program to make sure that it is like a real established program, because hospitals now know that new grad nurses prefer residency programs. So some are popping up saying that they have a residency program, but they're really like, it's not very structured. It's not like real. It's just kind of a nurse residency in title. So definitely do your research, see what they offer you, not just in terms of pay, but in terms of emotional support, in terms of, I guess that's really the big thing, in terms of emotional support and education, because I have gotten extra education that I have used at the bedside, like work relevant education through the nurse residency program. Like, they have paid for us to take classes on critical care. They've paid for us to take classes on how to read cardiac monitoring strips or cardiac strips, which, yeah, you learn about those things in school, but especially if you're going into a specialty where you're going to be like a critical care nurse, you're going to need more than just what school taught you. So anytime that you're researching nurse residency programs, look up what they are offering their their nurse residents. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I promise I will see you very soon in the next one.